Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first installment of a new series Cole and I are going to call Kingdom Hearts Beyond the Door, a discussion series.
Ooh.
Da, 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 where we discuss Kingdom Hearts now that Kingdom Hearts 3 is finally out. Well, it's been out for a couple months.
Been out for 2 months as of 4 days. Actually, as of yesterday for us, it has been out 2 months.
We're America.
Yep.
So, Cole was the one who suggested we do this, so I'm gonna let you start off our conversation, Cole.
First off, before we even get in, I want to thank specifically Master Riku and Vigra for stopping by on some of my videos on my channel, which is where I've been predominantly for the last 2 months, while Joel and I have just been taking a break from Kingdom Hearts centric videos. So I want to thank y'all for coming by as my channel slowly starts to come back, which it will still be doing. So don't worry, even though I'm with Joel, that'll still happen.
We're
Anyway.
gonna have to consolidate our gameplay stuff eventually one day.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do something about that, especially when we move to Beyond Kingdom Hearts stuff. Anyway, um, so as Joel and I are recording this, Kingdom Hearts 3 has been released for roughly 2 months now. Actually, for us, exactly 2 months. And we have some follow ups to what we've thought about and as to what Nomura's given us, given that the Ultimania has also come out and also future updates for the game.
Actually, I have an idea. Let's start here, Cole. It's
Yeah.
been a couple months. Have our opinions of Kingdom Hearts 3 changed in any way since our initial review?
I'm glad you brought this up because that was actually where I was headed with this. Is Joel? I think you and I can both, to some degree, say this. I think if I were to play another Kingdom Hearts game over 3, I would probably play 2 Final Mix over this. Now, play keyword play. I would rather play 2 Final Mix in as with three's current state. Three's biggest issue, and I wish we had waited a little longer before we did our spoiler talk. Three's biggest issue is that there's not much content, at least playable content that the game actually has. You have a bunch of stuff that you can do inside the game, but what it basically amounts to, there isn't enough battle content for any of it to really feel worth it in the end.
Yeah, it's definitely. One's the most replayable game of the
Yeah,
series. I think two is probably the best game we have. Final Mix.
yeah,
Three's like one below it, but it's still pretty high,
yeah,
comparable.
yeah. I think 3 is probably at the lowest in terms of replayability, but again, I believe that will be improved later.
Hopefully, because
Because
I haven't had any desire to replay it in a
no,
long.
me neither. And this is the first Kingdom Hearts game I had any desire to forge the ultimate weapon.
Well, I never do that stuff. I just like it for the story. But like,
But I don't feel any need to because I'm like, well, what am I going to be able to test it on one secret boss that I'll probably own in like 10 minutes?
I hopefully did you hear that they're gonna remove Olaf from the game too?
Yeah, or the Japanese version of Olaf. They're going to replace his voice actor because apparently the Japanese voice actor
Oh, it's just
got
the Japanese. I thought they were doing.
Yeah, the actor got it apparently arrested for like a drug case or something, so they're removing
I
him
thought
and,
it was
and
the
replacing him with
English
him.
version. It's like, oh, that guy.
No, no, believe me, they got Josh Gad for that. They are not removing Josh Gad.
Okay, I was about to say.
Yeah, they are not removing Josh Gad.
Also, I
Josh
found
Gad's a
out
pretty
why
sound
they
dude.
don't have Phil talk in the game.
Yeah, I learned that too. Apparently, his Japanese voice actor died.
Yeah, okay. After learning that, I'm like a little more okay with that. Like,
Yeah, because I
okay, cultural respect. I dig it.
Yeah. No, to be fair, we did recast Master Xehanort. Now, to be fair, he had been recast years after, and to be fair, both his English and Japanese voice actor had died.
I think you could have gotten away with not having Master Xehanort speak. I just think.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just.
I don't think you could have gotten away with it.
Nah, I don't think it was. I think fans would have been outraged. Like Phil's one thing, but
Yeah.
this is the tent pole main villain character.
Thank God they got Ruger Hauer to play Master Xehanort.
It's pretty good. Pretty good. Not gonna
Yeah.
lie. Um, and also I've been listening to people talk about pacing issues with the story and all that.
Hmm.
Um, Which is still funny because I still love a lot of the worlds in Kingdom Hearts 1. I still find them very immersive and enjoyable.
I think that's part of three's issue, funny enough, is that it gets too immersed in the actual worlds that the actual overarching plot line gets lost in the fold for a couple of worlds.
It's like Kingdom Hearts 2, except the worlds are more fun.
It's like it's like the opposite of two, where the worlds are fun, but we forget that there's an overarching story.
Yeah, which is funny because there's always a cutscene at the end.
Yeah, which two didn't have, but strangely enough, that story in weird ways felt present. But that's another topic for another time. Anyway, um,
Hopefully we'll get a final mix too soon or something. When's
I
that?
hope so too, or at least a critical mode.
That's coming soon, right?
Yeah, apparently that is coming soon. I did not realize this when we made our video for spoiler talk for 3. Joel and I did not realize that 3, as of right now, does not have a critical mode.
Yeah. Well, at least they're adding it, so you know.
And apparently there was a lot of stuff that was cut from the game, which is interesting. So I'm guessing this game did get rushed out the door.
Do you think they'll add it back in and over time?
Not all of it, because from what I hear, a lot of the worlds, like the big, like San Francisco, apparently had a lot more world you could explore, but I guess it just wasn't finished.
That sucks. Oh well.
To be fair, a lot of the worlds we have are gigantic anyway, so trying to add a lot of that back in would probably just feel like padding at the most.
Yeah, I'm curious with what the updates are gonna look like and when's like. Because I don't want to say we have an incomplete game because we do.
No,
This
we do have
this
a
is not a
complete
No Man's
game.
Sky situation.
No, we have content here. It's just once you finish the game, there's not much else.
Right. But there's still a lot to build on.
Yeah, thankfully this game has the systems in place for them to build off of. They are not completely screwed where they have to add more structure for it to even be for them to build. No, they have stuff to build off of.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Yeah. Also, I think Joel, you and I can say this is probably the easiest Kingdom Hearts game to date.
Oh yeah, well I had a few near death experiences.
Yeah, if you near death.
Yeah.
And I think it says something, Joel. You were worried about defeating the final boss.
Yeah.
And you said, Cole, what level do I have to be? I said, Joel, I beat the final boss on level 36.
To be fair, I didn't do a few things but by the end, which probably made it harder. But then I did those things.
I mean, when I fought Xehanort, that's when the first time really in the game that I really started dying. I didn't even die against Aqua. I came close, but I survived against her. He was the first one that killed me, and that was the final boss. But I still killed him in like 3 tries.
I know that's another thing they want to update is the difficulty.
They need to. They really, really need to.
Yeah.
Because 2 is more difficult than this game, and that's saying something.
Because 2 is really easy.
Yeah.
At least the way I play it is.
But I was playing this game on normal, and I'm like, I'm just flying through this.
Well, still, I took a break because, you know, those worlds are long and movie-worthy.
Yeah. Also, hopefully maybe we get some more story content because there are some plot threads that kind of just get left in the dust by the end.
I've heard they want to add a Shion subplot later.
That would honestly be nice.
Yeah.
I would honestly add more Ansem subplot too. Ansem the Wise.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Yes, I think they will. I mean, they said they are.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Nomura will.
Yeah.
Joel and I are trying to scramble to figure out what it is that we definitely need to talk about because there's a lot to talk about considering.
Well, I have about maybe this, and now that 3 is finally done, and you know, updates, TBA, TBD. When do you think the next game will come, and in what system, and how will it tie into? Will it be 4? Will it be 3.5? 9?
I'm pretty sure Nomura has stated the next game will not be 4.
Right.
I'm pretty sure the next game is dealing with the fallout of what we see in the secret ending.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what we're doing next. I'm pretty sure the next game is probably going to be a lot more Square-centric.
It seems like it. Like, it feels like they're gonna. The big rumor is that they're trying to either phase out Disney and Nomura is just going for his little worlds of his using all that 13 stuff he didn't get to do, and stuff.
I think we're getting it for the next game, but for 4, we'll get Disney stuff. Joel, I think you and I can both agree they cannot phase Disney stuff out. That's not going to happen.
Well, Kingdom Hearts is owned by Disney.
Yeah, people.
For anyone who's confused, Sora is copyrighted as a Disney character.
Yeah, they cannot phase him out of Disney's stuff. I mean, that's just not going to happen.
There's for some reason there's always a little confusion. I feel like who owns Sora, and like I think it is official. Sora is owned by the Walt Disney Company and its subsidiary holdings.
Yeah.
He can legally be in the Disney park without any trouble, I think. I think that's probably how legally it can work.
Yeah. So I think the next game is going to be focused on, again, what's going on in that secret ending. By the way, Vigriff, also thank you for telling Joel and I to read some of the secret reports, because that also gives us some more insight.
We should have done the secret. We should have reviewed it also after the secret report.
Yeah.
So Cole, I guess that's the next big thing. What stood out to you in the secret report when you did your little read through? Because there was some stuff like they're like, oh, okay.
Some of the talk about the replicas was interesting. Also, a lot of the talk about the girl that Isa and Lee befriended.
Mm-hmm.
Also, speaking of which, the Ultimania also confirms that the girl that Lee and Isa befriended is not Ava. So that has been confirmed. The girl that they befriended is definitely not Ava.
It has to be Squall then, right?
It has to be. I think it's School.
School.
I guess.
Sorry, different person. School, yeah.
I guess.
It could be a new character.
It could be Strelitzia. She could be alive, but a lot of people think she's the voice in the final world.
Yeah, I mean maybe. That's my big take. Maybe the next game will also give Kairi a character because she's dead.
Joel, I think I'm pretty. Actually, no. Considering she's alive in the end, remember we only see Sora fade out.
That's true. So he's dead.
Yeah, so Sora is dead, and we'll get to that in a minute. So I'm pretty sure he brought Kairi back, but he's like, "Yeah, peace, y'all. I'm out."
I'm out. Time for a nap again.
I don't know where people got the idea that Kairi is dead. No, Sora is dead.
They just can't have a happy ending, can they?
No, they can't.
That's how you do evil Kairi. She's sick of not getting her happy ending, so it's like, screw it.
And Joel, I think you and I are at this point, if Nomura's not going to do anything with Kairi, get rid of her.
I don't know why she keeps him around.
I don't know why he bothers at this point.
You think he just can't let go? He just can't.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a contract or something that says she has to be. I don't think Disney really gives a shit one way or the other.
They don't. They can technically interfere anywhere, but I think they just do that for their property. They don't think they care about the main story.
Yeah, so Nomura at this point, get rid of her.
Maybe
we've had this long to do something with her, and you've done things with other female characters, but not Kairi, which I find really strange. Maybe
he just doesn't want to let go.
I don't know, or maybe he just doesn't want to think he is giving her a character and then realizes, oh shit, I have other things to do. Sorry, Kairi.
Maybe he just is worried about fan backlash.
I guess, but at this point, will the fans give a shit at this point?
Knowing fans to give, you know fans, Cole.
Yeah, I know fans will give a shit about anything, but how long will it last? Because at this point, we're grasping at straws to like anything about Kairi at this point, Joel.
It's true.
We are really grasping. I am really trying hard to continue to give a shit about her being there. As sad as that sounds, I'm losing grounds to continue to hold on to her in any capacity.
He likes, I guess maybe Nomura just likes his threes.
I guess.
His trios.
But at that point, I'd introduce a new girl at this point and do more stuff. Have Kairi's death be a point in the story that Sora and Riku have to deal with.
I mean, Riku's going for Naminé now, so...
Yeah, which is funny. Also, Naminé's in this game for a scene.
She doesn't have a trio to belong to.
Yeah, bring Naminé. Yeah, wouldn't that be a funny workaround? Oh yeah, I was in a fake relationship with a replica of you and Sora. Now I'm in a real relationship with the both of you.
Huzzah! I win anyway. Everything
She's
I did in Shaded Memories was like, hooray! It worked out in the end for me.
I got my fantasy.
Hooray! Sorry, Kairi.
Yeah, so I would laugh if that happened anyway.
Riku always gets the clone. Or the heart.
Hey, this time he gets the nobody, technically.
That's true. He does. It's messed up.
is messed up. Riku really does get the short end of the stick, but at least he gets Mickey, so.
Oh, that's even worse. Think about.
Anyway, off that subject.
Um,
So we know Sora is basically dead at this point, and Nomura also confirmed that the place that Sora and Riku is at is Shibuya.
we're going to another Square game world.
Not well, yeah. Well, we're going to Shibuya, Japan. That's where we're going,
We're
or
going.
at least a version of the world ends with you, Shibuya.
No, we're getting two versions of Shibuya, from what I heard.
Yeah,
We're getting
he's.
one's
Mhm.
World Ends with You, and the other is supposed to be the Venom Rex version.
I guess. And Nomura said this Shibuya is not directly the way he phrased this was interesting. He said it is not directly tied to the world ends with you, Shibuya. And I'm like, well, great, Nomura. That could mean 1,000 different things. For those of you who have never played the world ends with you, when Neku and the others are in the Reapers game, they are technically not in the real Shibuya. They are in a alternate version of Shibuya where you can see the real Shibuya, but you cannot really interact with the people, and they will not help you. They will not see you because you're in what the Reapers call UG or underground, so a different version of Shibuya, but they're still connected. So I'm like, okay, Nomura, are we going for a different version of underground, I guess?
I don't know. I just know that also the secret reports talk about world lines, and
Yeah.
are we going alternate dimensions now, or what?
I'm guessing that might be what this version of Shibuya is, considering we don't see people at all in Shibuya. There's no one there.
As of the secret ending, that could be in the actual game.
Yeah, and the only people we knew are there is Yozora, Riku, the Master of Masters, which we'll talk about him in a second, and Sora. So, and I'm pretty sure it is a version of The World Ends With You, Shibuya, because for those of you who don't know, in the secret ending, you see a building with the numbers 014, 104 as it's called. But there's a key distinction to make. That building does not actually exist in real life Shibuya. It's based on a building in Shibuya. 104 was made for The World Ends With You, and that's where it appears.
Right.
So that likely means the Shibuya we have is a version of The World Ends With You, but it's not The World Ends With You Shibuya specifically, but probably a version of it.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, we're going there, and Lord knows, are we gonna play the death game, or
Are we gonna play? Yeah, are we gonna play Are we gonna play a version of the Reapers game? Is that what's gonna happen? We know that Riku and Sora hear something. God knows what they hear, but
and that was the Master of Masters doing the heart thing.
yeah, Nomura confirmed it is the Master of Masters.
Is this like
Also,
the Master of Masters trying to get out of death? What's going on here?
yeah, what? That's the big question. What is the Master of Masters after? And the funny thing is, you hear Sora and Riku react to noise. Which, for those of you who do not know, noise is the big enemy in The World Ends With You. They're pawns of the Reapers.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the enemies you fight in The World Ends With You are called noise.
Ooh, we might get a new enemy.
Yeah, so that would be interesting if that's what we're fighting. So, anyway, so now, and again, Nomura has said we don't have enough information to go on to make enough sense out of the secret ending as of right now. So,
when do we ever?
Yeah, exactly. We
to
won't know.
be fair, the secret ending for Kingdom Hearts 1 was not really tied into anything in Chain of Memories.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, we saw black coated people, and there were black coats in the one's ending.
True, but I mean, that had to do with 2 dealt with that secret ending.
Yeah, so we won't have probably any information until we actually probably see it.
Right.
So let's open this can of worms. What is the Master of Masters up to? Also, before we go into that, we'll kind of shift over to the Foretellers, who I'm pretty sure are probably the next big villains, Joel. I'm pretty sure the Foretellers are the next big bads.
Although, who knows about Ava?
Yeah, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure the Foretellers are going to be the next big villains.
Right. I'll be curious to see what kind of villains they turn out to be.
Yeah. And also, and apparently people were confused about them coming back, and I realized there was hints for them coming back even in Union Cross. Because when Ava and Luxu clash, when Luxu tells Ava what it is he has to do,
Mm-hmm.
she says, he chose us over the world, meaning the Master knew and set in stone for the foretellers to come back at some point. He chose for them to survive, whereas the rest of all the Keyblade wielders in the world basically perished.
Right. What's that all about?
That's the big question. I mean, I have my theory, which I'm probably way off on. And I told you this theory, haven't I, Joel? The one I have about the Master of Masters?
Yeah, you told us this theory before.
But I'll tell it here. So my theory about the Master of Masters is the one constant that the Master has always had. The one thing he is stuck to his gun about is his love of nature. And also, anytime his plans revolve around people, they revolve around people who are trying to use Kingdom Hearts for their own whims. And most of the time, they all end up perishing. Actually, all of them have perished because of it.
Right.
People in the Keyblade War perished. Xehanort perished. So what if he's just a person who doesn't want Kingdom Hearts tampered with? He wants to let the world go about its natural order. So in a way, he's the anti-Xehanort in that he wants Kingdom Hearts to just be completely untouchable. The other thing is, though, he's the anti-Sora in that he's willing to go to forceful methods to ensure that it never gets messed with.
Right. Fun. That'd be interesting. I'm curious if that's what the case really is.
I don't know. That's the only thing that makes any sort of sense. But the thing that I still don't understand is why that still connects to Sora. Why keep the person that's likely going to get in your way alive if that's the case?
I'm sensing some Future Diaries stuff going on for anyone who knows that anime. That's kind of my big guess of what's going to happen. Is this is all part of some succession plan?
I guess maybe that's what the Master is after, is to mold someone. I guess maybe the foretellers are just his pawns, but he wants someone to ensure that they continue on. Maybe that's what Yozora is too. Maybe Yozora's another pawn in this game.
It's like a twisted version of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Maybe Yozora, Riku, and Sora are all pawns in a game of succession for the Master title, I guess.
Well, I don't know how Yozora would. I mean, anything about Yozora, but Riku, Sora. Though, I mean, if you're gonna pick.
Well, remember, if Yozora's from a different world line, he may be from an alternate dimension.
True. I mean, if I were to pick some people to be like this all-powerful Keyblade Master King person, I go with either Riku or Sora, sort of the two best candidates.
And does that mean we're going to see other Kingdom Hearts characters come into this world?
I mean, we got Maleficent and Pete, who Nomura has made part of this arc.
Yeah, and we know they're going to continue to stick around because Luxu ensured that they stayed around.
That's something that fascinates me because, I mean, to be fair, it's Nomura, so who knows? But, it feels like you don't put those two in unless you're going to do something with them.
Oh, we know he's going to have to. They factor into Luxu's plans or the Master of Masters' plans to some degree. I just don't know how.
Well, that's kind of the weird thing. Is like, well, because you're showing them, so you better have something.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Maleficent's been so sidelined for years.
I guess the thing is, I think she knows more than she's even letting on.
She did when she was talking to past Riku.
I feel like she has to know more than what she's letting on, and I imagine Luxu figures she does too, and that's why she's around still.
I wonder what she would know, though.
I don't know either. And the thing is, you and I could speculate about that all day, but again, I don't think we have any ground to even begin to speculate what it is Maleficent is going to be up to.
I mean, Xehanort told her some stuff.
Yeah, we know that. We just don't know what it is he told her.
Maybe she got to look into the eye.
That is true.
So she saw the past and the future, or whatever.
By the way, I'm pretty sure that's how the foretellers came back. I'm pretty sure it's probably with that Keyblade.
Probably. That Keyblade's ancient.
So maybe. And remember, Joel, the foretellers are the original masters, so the next big villains are essentially the original Keyblade masters.
Do you think that the idea is the Master of Masters is trying to recreate the next generation of foretellers and himself?
The question, though, is why have the old foretellers come back?
to see if they are worthy of staying. I don't know.
Maybe, though. Why would Ava get upset? Though, why would Ava react the way that she does?
Cause
And again, why have Ava die? Because Luciu said she had a mission and she carried it out, which was to set up the dandelions.
she's Kyrie
So essentially,
reincarnated.
the new foretellers were already set up, and technically, two of the Union leaders, for all intents and purposes, are still alive. If Valorium did indeed get completed, and of course Ventus.
That is true. And of course, we still have some stuff with Union Cross going on because now we got Brain being weird.
Yeah, like and also Ventus does not have his Keyblade from the games we know. He has a different Keyblade. I'm guessing what happened with Ventus is that I guess his heart got shattered and he lost that Keyblade, but when Sora re-entered, he got a new Keyblade.
Ooh,
that's my theory.
I remember a video that might factor into this. Sora's finally been bequeathed a Keyblade.
Yeah.
And it's not just any Keyblade. He got the Keyblade. X-Blade.
The X-Blade? Maybe.
No, he did. Think about it. Xehanort gave Sora...
Xehanort gave him the Keyblade. That'd be hilarious.
No, he did. So it's like, Sora now has the ultimate Keyblade. Like, he has the granddaddy.
Well, maybe. Until I see that confirmed. Until I see him actually use it.
Well, that's true,
but if that's the case, why couldn't Sora come back from death?
Well, he kept doing the jumping thing when he wasn't supposed
to. Well, yeah, but he has the key to Kingdom Hearts, Joel.
I don't know. Maybe he didn't win.
I have a feeling he probably does not have the Keyblade. Because otherwise, I'm pretty sure he could probably come back from death with it.
That's true.
Remember, Xehanort got his ass kicked to the point he was going to die.
Maybe you can't bequeath the Keyblade like that.
I don't think you can.
Well, which is kind of a shame, because, like, that was the first time someone actually gave him a Keyblade. Like, think about it. Sora's never had a Keyblade. He's, like, in the same way Riku and Kyrie did, you know, it's like...
Yeah.
He just got it by accident.
Yeah.
Several times.
I mean, technically, he kind of does have a Keyblade if the theory that Ventus holds up, that maybe Ventus gets his original Keyblade, and Sora's like, hey, I have a Keyblade, that's my own, so cool.
Maybe, everyone still thinks Ventus is the bad guy for some reason.
I don't think he is. Considering we see he has a Keyblade, I highly doubt he's the bad guy.
I think it is confirmed Brain is the bad guy.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Laurium's the one with the no-name Keyblade who Lucy probably bequeathed it to.
Right. Someone also thinks that Brain is related to Master Ericus.
Maybe. It depends. It depends on who Ericus is even related to, because they say the old masters. We're not sure if that's the foretellers or the new Union leaders. We're not sure really who that is.
That's true. We're going.
We really don't.
It's kind of hard because, like, we don't have much to talk about. Like, we're going in circles.
Well, again, we're trying to figure out. I guess the question we should be asking is, where do we go from here?
Sora is the Master of Masters, confirmed.
I highly doubt that's the case.
Everyone's going for that theory, by the way. It's not just you.
I think you and I can both say that's probably not the case.
I mean, we might introduce alternate dimensions and timelines.
It may be, but then again, the Master of Masters' actions just don't comply with Sora being him.
It's true.
They don't add up enough for him to want to keep Sora alive. Otherwise, I feel like the Master would have had a much bigger stake in what Sora does.
Clearly, Braig did.
Yeah, Luciu does, yes, but why not the Masters? Why not the Master?
Maybe he just delegated a lot of power to Braig, like, you do your own thing.
Yeah, but even so, that seems like a really stupid way to ensure that you don't die.
That's true. Unless he saw something in the future and is like, I'm totally 100% going to win.
I think what we deal with next is Sora coming back from, well, death.
That's true. The ultimate adventure.
And then, of course, dealing with whatever it is the Master of Masters is really after. And, of course, whatever it is the foretellers are truly after.
Well, it's seven lights versus 7 darknesses versus 1 light. This is the next game in the chessboard.
Yep.
Do you think we're gonna get any more Master Xehanort and Ericus stuff down the line?
I imagine we'll probably get snippets of them because I feel like, considering it's hinted that Lushu's the one that kind of corrupted Xehanort,
I
I
didn't.
imagine we'll probably see them pop in and out every now and again.
Was it though, or was I felt like reading that report? He just was lucky and found a guy who was like completely crazed with darkness.
Either that, or he at least had to see, like, yeah, here's a Keyblade, go have at it.
Yep, I feel like that was more the case. I think it was Xehanort.
But Lushu was the one who was there at the right time and planted the seed for Xehanort to get curious. So in a way, Lushu is in a way responsible.
That's true.
But again, a lot of what Lushu does, we can never really be sure about.
Like it's sort of like antagonist maybe, but malicious, malcontent.
I really don't know what it is that I don't. Yeah, I can't tell where the foretellers fall in terms of antagonists.
I mean, I can see some of them being a bit jerky, but
Yeah.
Blue Shoe Brig kind of has more of that trickster vibes, and I could definitely see them going in a direction of trickster, but with a lesson.
Yeah, I feel like that's ultimately where this is going. I feel like there's a greater meaning to what they're doing. That Lushu clearly seems to think that's the case.
Yeah, that's how I think so.
Yeah, because remember, people, anything that Zigbar or Break has done up until now, we have to think about it in a different context now.
At least, yeah. I was about to say, like, who knows about at least I was like, wonder when that got retconned in. Because I don't know.
What was the easiest to retcon for Zigbar?
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you're gonna do it. I think Zigbar is probably the best choice.
The question is, was that because Nomura stated in Birth by Sleep in an interview, they're like, any characters you want us to watch out for? He specifically said, I want you to watch out for Brig.
I'm curious how long he's had that idea for Brig.
Me too.
Like, is it going all the way back to 2? Or it was like Birth by Sleep, like, made Birth by Sleep, was that really the idea was planted? Because some of this had to get retconned in. It's like, Nomura did not
Some of it had to be, yes.
Nomura did not have this idea from the get-go.
No, Lord, no.
Go.
I imagine it was probably around Birth by Sleep that this started probably coming into focus.
Yeah, because Birth by Sleep, Days, Coded, they all kind of build this little lore together.
Here's an interesting thing to think about too, Joel. Lushu hid his presence from Maleficent. Why?
Maybe they met a long time ago.
That's the only thing I can think of, or that maybe Maleficent knows more about Lushu.
How old is Maleficent supposed to be, by the way? Is she 1,000?
We don't know.
Like, or when Xehanort met Maleficent, did she, like, touch the eye and see all, and you'll understand?
Maybe she saw something about the foretellers that no one else has seen?
I mean, maybe Xehanort and Maleficent saw the same stuff, but they interpreted it differently?
Maybe.
I'm curious. I think I'm more interested in Maleficent's story than honestly Bragg's, because, like, why is Nomura keeping her around? Another her to keep around, obviously, although more interesting than Kairi.
I think you and I can both agree. I think Lushu and Maleficent definitely are going to intersect again. Otherwise, he would not have kept her around.
Yeah.
Nor would Lushu have bailed her ass out.
And even at the beginning of 3, Bragg's the one who sees Maleficent searching for the box.
Yeah. So, but again, why? We know again, one of the things we know that's in that box is a book of prophecies, but again, it's left ambiguous as to what that means. Is it another book of prophecies, maybe? For future events to come? Who's to say there isn't more than one book of prophecies for different events?
Maybe. Hang on. Keep talking.
It's hard to make heads or tails because, again, anything Lushu or Zigbar break, I'm calling him Lushu because it's easy, and of course it summarizes every one of him up until now. He always likes to stay in the middle, but he's always the one that has that extra hand in place to make sure things just go his way.
You don't think he's had his own agenda, do you?
I don't know. The way he talks in the secret ending, it doesn't seem to be the case.
I
He talks too genuinely in that secret ending, especially when he talks about Ava.
do you think it's a case where Luciu and the Masters are going for something else, but they know the foretellers are going to probably do something stupid?
Maybe. I think that was probably in the Master's cards, considering the only one who knew anything and that ended up starting the Keyblade War was Ava.
Like I feel like the Master and Lucius are operating on a different playing field here.
I would think so too, considering that and we have to consider too, Lucius, the reason they came back is the reason they're even still alive.
Right.
Remember, Ira looks at Lucius and says, "Did you summon us back?" And Lucius goes, "Yep."
Right. Um.
And it was clearly enough of a duty for him to continue switching bodies and not just give it to another person. The master wanted Lucius to be the one to do it, even if that meant continuously body switching.
Also, it's like, why does Luciu feel about Sora? Because obviously they've had the most interactions
That is a
directly, and it's like, is it sort of like? Because I don't know if Luciu, you probably need more just information, gonna have, if it's a malicious feeling, or is it sort of like I know what this kid's capable of, and I kind of respect his ballsiness.
maybe a little bit of both,
Is it
maybe.
like a cue card situation where it's like I'm gonna trick you, but I'm just trying to teach you a lesson because I have a lot of respect?
Is it a chain of memories type thing where they're trying to manipulate Sora into doing something?
Maybe.
But again, I don't know what it is he could do.
The universe centers around him for some reason.
Unless he does have the Kai Blade.
It's hard to say at this point now.
And I also brought up the idea, Joel, that maybe the Kai Blade isn't the only way to access Kingdom Hearts.
It's possible. I mean, who knows? I just hope it's not like the Master wants to start another Keyblade War again.
No, I don't get what that would accomplish for him.
I would hate to find out that what the Master Xehanort did wasn't even do a real Keyblade War, more like a Keyblade skirmish.
Yeah, because I'm like, well, then what was the point of having him in the first place?
Although I will say, from what you hear about the Keyblade War, it feels like it was way more massive.
It was. Remember, Joel. Basically, children and wielder and a bunch of children perish trying to go for light. They killed each other over light.
Children, young adults, heartless. I like to imagine with heartless, there were a lot of heartless too.
But again, that all went for them wanting to go after Kingdom Hearts.
Right.
So maybe that's his way of ensuring that they stay dead is through Keyblade Wars. But I'm like, that seems like a really haphazard way to get rid of them. On a massive scale, maybe, but I don't understand what else. Wouldn't that be funny, Joel? Maybe that's what the foretellers are after. They're going to try to go to Disney Worlds and kill people that want to go after Kingdom Hearts.
Oh boy.
Wouldn't that be something?
Genocide. Is the Masters trying to pull a Thanos on the world or what?
I don't know, but just in a more brutal way. Just like, yeah, take your Keyblade, swing it across their chest, and we'll be over.
Huh. Uh, Sorry, I'm just
I
trying
mean,
to. My brain's kind of getting scrambled here, trying to think of all this.
yeah, because again, there's a lot. There's a lot you have to consider.
We have to consider. We don't know. Nomura's insane. All those good things.
Yeah.
I think we should move on from this topic and think we go to the next part because I don't know. What do you?
What's the next part?
I don't know. You want to Well, let's see. What else haven't we considered yet? Well, why is Riku in
Shibuya.
Shibuya? Maybe because he's his Zora's Dream Eater, so
Maybe.
that's how I consider it. Are we doing another Realm of Dreams situation here?
I don't think so.
I mean, I've heard about the dream theory before, but that's just.
I don't know. I hope like hell this is not just it's all a dream. No, please do not let it be that. It's like Mass Effect 3 all over again. God, people, no, don't do that. We got a much better ending than Mass Effect 3, people. It was not a dream. Um, we know pretty much anyone who isn't named Ansem and Xemnas is free reign to come back.
Or Master Xehanort.
Yeah. We know all of them are very likely to come back. We're definitely probably going to see Larxene or Elrina, Larium, and whatever Luxord and Demix's somebodies are called.
I hope Vanitas comes back.
Yeah, I think Vanitas is going to come back. Considering that smile he gives right before he perishes, he's like, yeah, bitches, I'm coming back.
I hope he gets a bigger role.
Probably.
And he gets to take off his mask more.
Yeah. Which was fun when we get to see him when we see his mask crack and Sora. I love Sora's reaction when he sees Vanitas' face.
Yeah. I mean, here's an idea from Doctor Who. Maybe they just want to destroy the universe, become authorial beings of consciousness.
See, the thing is, if that's the case, I feel like there would have been easier ways to do that. Again, you basically have that with the Kai Blade, so again, why?
Complicated plot equal complicated.
See, I don't think it's. I think there's an ulterior motive to this that we just don't know yet.
Do you think that my curiosity is the Master's connection with the rest of the foretellers? Quite honestly.
Yeah. Especially because Ava was quite shocked at what Luxu told her.
So what would?
And again, that's what started the Keyblade War when she and Luxu clashed.
Maybe they weren't. Maybe the Master didn't choose them over the world or something.
I have a feeling he probably did. The question is why.
Because he really likes his friends? I don't know.
But again, they were his apprentices.
That's true.
And he didn't stick around to see that war unfold, which is also interesting. He has been basically an onlooker.
I observe.
But again, why?
Waiting for the right time?
I feel like it's something revolving that, and whatever it is, I have to believe he, for some reason, the Master Masters has an interest in Sora.
Oh yeah, I think who wouldn't?
He's interested in him. The question is why, and we can also probably deduce that whatever it is he's after is probably not the best of intentions.
Right.
And maybe not bad intentions, but not good ones either.
Neutral trickster intentions.
Chaotic neutral, yeah.
Yeah. It's a pickle.
It is a pickle. And I think what Joel and I are ultimately trying to get at is a lot of the things that would allow us to even begin answering these questions, we're missing probably a core component to even begin unraveling any of this.
We just have the edges.
We have the bare minimum, and we have not even probably even the idea of what's going to happen next. All I'm pretty sure is that the next game is just going to be dealing with the fallout of Sora's death and him trying to come back.
With probably some hints at what's to come.
Yeah, and probably building up the foretellers.
Right.
I'll also be interested to see if any of the other Union leaders come back. I'm pretty sure Ephemer is dead, but what about Skuld?
Oh, I think they're all gonna. I think we're gonna meet the Union leaders eventually.
Yeah,
because brain's a virus, and they're in a digital world, so.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. They're in a digital world. They're not in a world of data.
Yeah.
So maybe they're still stuck there, for all we know.
Maybe. Wouldn't that be funny if they're? Well, I know they. Well, no, they have to get out at some point.
Ventus does.
And I'll tell you why. Scala.
Oh, that's true.
Scala has to be erected at some point, and we know that the ruins of Daybreak Town is underneath Scala.
That's true. That's right.
So they eventually have to get out.
Right.
Also, I hope like hell we see more Scala.
Oh, I would love that. I want to like expansion pack.
Just let me get to Rome for Pete's sake.
Exactly.
Instead of it just being literally a world for a battle.
Yeah, I would love that. What else? What else? What else? I hope there's more story stuff coming in in 3 for like if they like expand more on that stuff that we miss.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Of course, I don't want. I guess we shouldn't make 3 too much of a teaser for 4, but still.
We really shouldn't. Maybe just little hints at things to come, I guess. I
Yeah.
think what the biggest gameplay thing through 3 is the need of a Coliseum.
Oh, I want to call. Yeah.
It needs it very, very much.
Oh, I agree. I missed the Coliseum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess until then, I guess we should probably wrap this up, Joel. And should we tell them about things to come? We should probably give them an update on to when the Let's Play is going to happen.
Yeah, probably should. Boy, this. Well, I guess if anything Kingdom Hearts related, our brains are just gonna turn to mush.
Yeah.
Cause it is hard. I want to, cool. Next podcast we do, I just want to talk about my fanfiction. Then we can just do some real weirdness.
Or just whatever the next Let's Play is. That'd probably be easier.
Yeah, that's true. I would love to have like a deep conversation about it. I like being a show off. Do we have anything else to say though on the topic of the future? Like, when's the next game coming out? Like, how long?
I guess
take?
I guess the whole tagline is wait and see. The next game is not coming out this year, folks. I highly doubt that's happening. I think even Nomura said it's not happening.
Yeah, probably take a while.
It will probably, at the very least, take a year or two. And I do not think when it comes out, will probably be on the next generation whenever that happens.
Which probably does.
So basically, do not expect Kingdom Hearts 4 at least until 2021.
Right. Do you ever think we're gonna get to a point, Cole, where they're gonna have to soft reboot this franchise?
Probably.
I mean, I would love see Agrippa come back.
Or at least just do King of Thieves and get that over with.
That too. That's a good movie. But right, I guess the future of our channel. We're waiting to do the Kingdom Hearts 3 Let's Play for a while. I don't think we're gonna do it in March. I don't think we can.
And it probably will. It is probably going to be until whenever the next big patches and story stuff for 3 comes out.
That could take a while, though.
And it might. Until then, we don't have much of a reason. And of course, until the sharing restrictions get leveled a bit, then basically for us doing it just isn't going to have as much impact. Because as of right now, Joel, we still can't share the ending.
Oh, that's true. And we want to wait for some friends to join us.
Yeah, so until the 3 Let's Play will probably be a while.
Right. It's kind of sad I haven't wanted to go back to play 3. I think we should make clear that that's not an indictment on 3.
No, it's not an indictment. No, I loved playing 3, and Joel did too.
We cried. We cried. We laughed.
I got to see Joel finish the game. So,
I was so happy that you did that, by the way. That was like a blessing from God kind of a situation. It was like, it's perfect. This is perfect. This is kind of exactly how I would want to end this. With you by my side, the two of us watched together.
Yeah. But that being said, as of right now, I loved the experience, but there isn't much to go back to at this point. I loved playing it, but there isn't much more challenge to continue playing right now. The game gives you all the power in the world, but not enough challenges to use it for.
Well, there's a nice finality to it.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of a, we did it. We made it kind of a situation. Now it's just time to rest.
And I guess the next video Joel and I do will be talks for whatever the next KH game is going to be, and of course whenever the updates for 3 come.
And maybe a few retrospectives and more stuff. Maybe a few character analyses. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, folks, keep you on the lookout for anything we post on our channels. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Check out my other stuff I did. I just did a breakdown of some leaked Star Wars promos for Episode 9 if you're interested in that.
Yeah, Joel's still posting, by the way. We're both still posting. We just haven't posted much Kingdom Hearts stuff lately because, again, Joel and I are just kind of in a resting phase with Kingdom Hearts.
Well, I'm always doing my fanfic. Check out my fanfic on fanfic.net. Kingdom Hearts Reimagined Volume Book 2, Road to Dawn. Just posted another chapter of that. And until next time, folks, as always, may your heart be your guiding key.